Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. And welcome to another episode of an ink review. And welcome to 30 Inks 30 Days. How's everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today we are looking at a green ink. This one is from Pilot Iroshizuku Chiku Rin. Thanks go out to Karina from Karina Loves the Plan for providing the sample for this review. Before we start, we're going to share this with our friends so that they can come and hang out with us too. So, I thought I would ask the question before I do the video today. What do you guys think of this ink? Are you guys using this ink? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright. All shared out to all of the social medias. Hopefully everyone that follows will come and hang out. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or any of the other social medias, crap, I have to take this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I had to deal with a phone call. So, here's our ink of the day. I got a phone call. I don't know if the video cut out or what. Sorry about that. Okay, so how is everyone doing today? Alright, here is our ink of the day on a comparison card. Looks nice, very nice. Here is our ink swatch, and water resistance test shows. It does have a little bit of water resistance, however, not quite enough that I would feel comfortable putting this on the outside of an envelope for fear it may wash away. Here is our painting of the day. You can't really see it too good, but there is some, like, hints of blue in here. Like little hints of bluish green, teal. Gosh, I wish you could see it good. Is that any better? No. Oh. This color really doesn't want to show up. At any rate, you're going to have to take my word for it. There's like splotches of blue in here. But you can really see the blue here. Oh, that's so weird. It's coming out more lemony yellow than I don't know, is that better? You can see that it's more lemony yellow than so you can kind of see it's darkening it. I don't know if that's even so. It's yellow, and then there's just a hint of green around the edge, and then it has some blue permanence in there, which is kind of what we see with these dots being left behind, which is kind of interesting. All right. And of course, we all know that yellow and blue make green. So. Alright, let's do some paper review, shall we? This is the Pen and Gear Memo Book from Walmart.com. Alright, yesterday's was really nice and shimmery. Today's has a little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oops, I need to put my... Like, hi Carlos, how are you doing? Is the one who drove me to the train station. Oh. Her name is Camilla. Camilla. I will. Well, she's on the Facebook group. Let me see. Let me make sure that she's on the Facebook group. I'm almost sure she's in the Facebook group. Yeah, she's in the Facebook group. All you have to do is search for Camilla. 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 Yes, yes. You're welcome. Okay, this is lightweight traveler's notebook paper. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Super lightweight traveler's notebook paper. Again, a little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Moleskin 70 GSM. Feathered like a chicken, bled through the page. Hi Frida, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Alright, this is Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Field Notes Journal. A little bit of shading, a little bit of spread, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. That there. Alright, this is 52 GSM, Tumaway River. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting though. Please add me to the warning notice when you cast out. I don't know what that means. This is a Yush 100 GSM paper. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Hi Hobbs, how are you doing today? I don't get notices any longer. Well, you have to go to the Facebook. You have to go to the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel, and hold on, I'll show you what it looks like. You have to go to the YouTube channel, and then click the subscribe button. Well, first you have to sign in. Can't show you the sign in. So you have to sign in, and when you click the subscribe button, you have to click all, and then you should get notifications to your phone that tell you that I'm live. They don't do email notifications anymore. I've subscribed to you. I could even do Patreon that if that notices me. No, that's only for when I post to Patreon. I don't post to Patreon for the YouTube. I just post to Patreon for the calligraphy for the teaching of the calligraphy. All right, this is Leuchtturm 1917. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is 15-year limited artist collection Midori MD paper. Little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Cosmo Air Light 75 GSM. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is the Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. Nice shading, little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Marmonimosity 80 GSM dot grid. Oh dear. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of shading, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Oxford Optic Paper 90 GSM. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Clairefontaine 90 GSM. A little bit of shading, no feathering, tiny bits of bleed through, a little bit of ghosting. Lamy Booklet 90 GSM. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Egg Seed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering right along the edge here. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Up and Up Wide Rule Composition Book from Target.com. Nice shading, no feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oh dear, this is not a very cooperative ink at all. True Red Composition Book from Staples.com. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Gosh, this is not very cooperative at all. Alright, this is Apica 81.4 GSM. Oi. Feather like a chicken. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. That's not good. Okay, this is the Nanami 7Cs 68 GSM Tomoe River. Ooh, even right there, a little tiny feather. Nice shading, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This says 80 GSM Erodia dot pad. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Artist Loft 100 GSM paper. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Buffet handmade paper from Italy. Oi. Feather like a chicken. No bleeding, no ghosting. This is U-Style notebook paper. A little bit of seepage. A little bit of feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Alright, this is Sheffield Home Paper Goods. Oi. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is CVS Caliber notebook paper. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. CVS, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford paper. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. A little bit of ghosting. Mead wide ruled notebook paper. Nice shading, feather like a chicken, bled through the page. 5-star notebook paper. A little bit of shading, feather like a chicken. Bled through the page. Bled through the page. This is that speckled notebook paper. Nice shading, little bit of feathering, little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. Nice shading, little bit of feathering, little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Acme cross-section pad. Nice shading, little bit of feathering, little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. This is a J&B copper plate graph pad from johnnailbooks.com. Nice shading, little bit of feathering, little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. And last but not least, this is Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Okay, let's do a comparison panel. Oh dear. All right. This is kind of a light green ink. It kind of reminds me of limes. Kind of a limey green. Limey blimey. Oops. Okay. I have a whole ton of greens to go through, so I'm going to try and go through these as quickly as possible. No. If you want to see them again compared, all you have to do is to scrub through the video, is to get to the part where you think that the color is, and then pause the video and use the period key or the comma key to move forward and backward, one frame at a time. Diamond Olive, Autumn Forest, Queen and Castle, Star Fruit, Emerald Fusion, Nebula Space Kitty, Palm Green, Emerald Green, ooh, Underwater Sea Dragon. This one's kind of close. Calligraphy Passion, another one that's kind of close. Meadow Green, Sherwood Green, Apple Teeny, Supernatural, Verde Prato, Key Lime Pie, Taco Bell Parrot, Ironite, Freedom of the Starry Skies, Mermaid Tail, Holly Twinkle, Forest Green, Delamere Green, Vermont, Teal, Bosco, Emerald, Olive Green, Green, Lemongrass, Golden Ivy, Elf, Magical Forest, Mixable Green, Green Cactus, Spirulina Green, Bezudan Wood Growin', Sherwood Green, Emerald, Spearmint, Wuthering Heights, Document Green, Cooked Spinach, Rikyu Cha, Kingfisher Green, Salamander, Olive Green, Basil Pesto, Walk the Dog. This one's kind of murkier. Pushkin, Arabella, Brilliant Green, Bright Green, Spirit, Jade, Season's Greetings, Heavy Crude, Alpine, Velvet Storm, Henry David Thoreau, Crocodile, Black Ivy, Best Wishes, Green, Ebony Green, Green Black, Evergreen, Abel, Nepal, Jade Noir, Delamere Green, Hells, Saibi Midori, Hera, Golden Izald, Yosemite Green, Peppermint Drop, Spruce, Encre La Rue Sauvage, Freddy's Favorite, Cloak and Forest, Dobbs Emerald Green, and a PFC, Zuz Molichin, Umber Green, and Mermaid Green. Mont Blanc Irish Green. Yes, please. That would be lovely. I don't have Irish Green. That would be so nice to do all of the comparisons. You guys, I'm going to need a bigger box. I'm going to have to go to the post office and get a bigger box, because I don't think that I'm going to be able to fit too many more inks in this box. Look how full this box is. These are all of the inks that I've reviewed over the years. Too many inks. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Well. What did you guys think of today's ink? Are you guys looking for green, slightly uncooperative ink? Maybe if you put it in a lighter pen, like maybe not such a wet pen, it might be a better situation. Maybe in a fine or medium nib, maybe. But the the pen that I'm using today is the Serendipity with the oval broad nib, and it doesn't have a feed I mean, it doesn't have an ink reservoir, so there's nothing really keeping the ink from just flowing onto the paper. It's a really nice pen. Really sad that the company is going under. If you weren't paying attention, it's bleeding on most of the papers. I don't know if it would bleed if it was on a finer nib, or bleed as much with a finer nib. The finer that you go, the less ink is put down on the page. Doesn't mean that it's not going to bleed, but it might not bleed as much. It also depends on how dry the nib is. Like if you have a very dry pen that has a very stingy feed, it might put less ink down and make the line even lighter than it is currently. I mean, and it's pretty light ink. I mean, you're seeing it as I'm seeing it. It's pretty light, comparative. So, anyway, that is all that I have for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.